Hello. In this video, we would like to show you how to use the table component, which allows you to iterate over a list of data. This component makes it easy to display and organize your data in a clear, structured table format, whether you need a simple static table or a dynamic one that adjusts to changing data, providing an effective way to manage and display your information. When you add a table component to the template, the Properties tab will appear, where you can set the position and width of the table, select an array from the JSON dataset to iterate over, and configure additional options. The first row of the table always acts as a header, which is also automatically displayed on subsequent pages if the table is iterated over multiple pages. However, if you would like to hide the header when all its columns are empty and prevent an empty row from being generated, you can use the Hide the Header If Empty option. If you would like to quickly and easily create a dynamic table from all the data fields in an array assigned to the table, you can use the Automatic Table option. All you need to do is assign the desired array to the table and check this option. Our JSON dataset contains 6 data fields in the Packages array, so a table with all of these fields will be automatically created when we preview the template. You can see that a table with all the data fields from the assigned array was automatically created without needing any detailed settings. The size of all columns is the same, and the overall size of the table reflects the table's size in the editor. However, this option is quite limited, and if you would like more customization, it's better to create the table manually. Besides these options, you can also set other advanced settings, such as grouping, sorting, or filtering items based on specified data fields from your JSON dataset, providing greater flexibility and clarity in how you display data in your document. Additionally, it is also possible to create a simple pivot table. Now let's take a look at how to work with the table. To insert text into a specific cell, you need to double-click on the desired cell. Cells have properties similar to the text component, allowing you to insert either static text or data fields containing text from your JSON dataset. For better text editing, you can expand the contents of the cell using the Expand Text Editor option, where you can also apply the desired formatting options from the top panel. Among other options, you can also set the cell type, allowing you to work with cells just like with other components in the editor, such as number, date, or other components. To increase the width of a column, you can either drag the edge of the column or set the exact width in the Properties tab of the cell. If you want to add a column or row, right-click on the column or row next to where you want to insert the new one and select Insert Column or Insert Row. For removing a column or row, right-click on the desired column or row and click Delete Column or Delete Row. Now let's look at how to properly set up data to iterate dynamically in the table we've already prepared. As a first step, we must always assign the array we want to iterate over. Once the array is assigned, we can then insert the required data fields into the individual cells. It is really important to follow this procedure, because if you do it the other way around, the data fields in the placeholders will also contain the array name, which will prevent the table from iterating over the data correctly. So, always ensure that the array assigned to the table doesn't appear in the cell placeholders. In the editor view, the table component displays only a single data row, and all other rows are rendered after the document is generated. If additional rows are added, they are treated as summary rows and displayed after the data rows. For example, to count the number of pieces at the end of the table, we add a summary row after the data rows. Insert the static text total into the type column, and apply a simple sum function to the pieces column. We can also set the type of the pieces cell to number, which makes it easier to work with when formatting numbers. Once everything is set up, we go to the template preview. After loading the preview, you can see that all items from the array are automatically rendered. And at the end of the table, there is a summary row with the total number of pieces. Also, note that the cell height has automatically increased if the text is longer, so you don't need to worry if your text exceeds the size of the cell. We hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions or need further assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here to help.